Nancy Fetzer's Literacy Connections, Independent Centers for Emergent Reading. Yellow Level, Book 12, Letter D. Well, hello, my little reading buddies. This is Ella, here with your letter of the week. Your letter for this week is D. Say it with me. D. Great job! My friends Chase and Oliver are here to help you learn and practice the sound for the letter D. Are you ready, readers? Here we go. This is the capital D, and this is the lowercase d. The letter D makes the sound D. Say the sound with me, friends. D. Fabulous. Now, let's practice. This is a duck. Duck begins with D. Listen. D. D. Duck. Try it with me. D. D. Duck. Ooh la la! That was fancy. Okay, kiddos. This is a donut. Donut begins with D. Listen. D. D. Donut. Let's do it together. D. D. Donut. Wow! And this is a dress. Dress begins with D. Listen. D. D. Dress. Read it with me. D. D. Dress. What brilliant reading! Donuts for dinner! Donuts for dinner! I do declare, this donut dress is deliciously divine. I've got dozens of decadent donuts to devour. Let's do some more. This is a dentist. Dentist begins with D. Listen. D. D. Dentist. All together now. D. D. Dentist. Super job! And this is a doctor. Doctor begins with D. Listen. D. D. Doctor. Try it with me. D. D. Doctor. Wonderful work. When I grow up, I want to be a distinguished, dedicated doctor. People will call me the dancing queen when I grow up. What a sight I will be on the dance floor. When I am a grown monkey, I will be a diligent and dutiful dentist, keeping people's pearly whites dazzling. Look at these fun pictures. This is a drum. Drum begins with D. Listen. D. D. Drum. Let's read together. D. D. Drum. Fantastic! And this is a duck. Duck begins with D. Listen. D. D. Duck. Now you try it with me. D. D. Duck. That was awesome. Stop that dreadful drumming this instant. It's damaging to my delicate ears. My drumming may be deafening, but it sure is danceable too. Dance, duckies, dance! Here's our last set of pictures for the letter D. This is a doll. Doll begins with D. Listen. D. D. Doll. Read it with me. D. D. Doll. Brilliant! And this is a dog. Dog begins with D. Listen. D. D. Dog. All together now. D. D. Dog. Such smart little readers you are. Doggy want the dolly? Doggy want the dolly? Don't you dare let that dingy dog get these darling dolls dirty, Oliver. It's a monkey. It's a doll. Hey, he looks like me. He's a dashing chase monkey doll. Okie dokie, little reading buddies. Now it's time for us to practice reading with the letter D. Are you ready? Great! Let's get to it. So, when we see the capital D, we will say the letter name, D. When we see the lowercase d, we will say the sound that the letter makes, D. And when we see a picture, we will say the name of the picture, duck. Now, let's read together. Off we go. D. D. Duck. D. 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 Dog. D. 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 Drum. Dress. D. 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 Dinosaur. D. Donut. D. 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 Door. Dice. D. 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 Doll. What a perfect job! Your letter for this week is D. This is the capital D. and this is the lowercase d. The letter D makes the sound D. Make sure you practice.